everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Husband Quotes, the channel for marriage advice, marriage entertainment, and everything else marriage. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel.
When you proposed to Kierra, okay, life changed.
Yeah.
Like, I went to your Instagram and you had like 25,000 new Instagram followers in like a day.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, you know, and I hope people can see from this interview, we're from Detroit, West Side, Northwest Side. You know, we're not just everyday people, but, you know, we drink Fago, you know, we're not ready. You know what I'm saying? We're not those type of individuals. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like you, that's a kind of a neighborhood guy, not a hood guy, not ghetto, but a neighborhood guy. That's Jordan, you know, dap up, give him a dap, whatever. To go from that to now you got people in your business. I remember the first time somebody spoke on you wrong, our whole family. Some guy, I don't know who I don't know who he is, but how you just gonna speak on my brother and you don't know him, man? You know, he's nobody special. Man, I mean, we had to talk certain family members out of sending people after these you know what I'm saying? So life just changed for you.
Right.
You didn't have any type of, you know, say so in that, but it changed because you gravitated to someone and something and somebody that you love. Okay.
Right.
So once you commit to this, to what you believe in and what you want to be and where you want to go, life just starts changing on its own, whether you realize it or not, whether you can control it or not. And that's happened to you big, especially over the last year or so. Yeah. Tell me and tell us, man, how do you deal with changes that you don't control, you didn't ask for, people in your business, I mean, talk about it, man. Talk about how you maintain and do it with a respectable, you know, on a respectable level, keeping God first. I mean, you can talk about going after people if you want to, but you gotta take it back to, you know, how you got better.
I don't really do too much. I don't go after people too much no more. You know, Kierra kind of nipped that in the bud, like, man, you gotta let them talk. And her father did too, man. I respect him so much. He called me, like, you know, it's people that's gonna go after you trying to get stuff on because they don't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? So you got to just be able to handle that. You all right with that? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I appreciate him for, you know, even checking in on me. So it was I pretty much handle it as the same way I've been handling my lifestyle. So as I've changed, you know, I've become a new creature. I have a new mind, a new way of thinking. So now when I used to, or back then when I used to, anybody talk about me, you know, we going back and forth. I'm retaliating. I'm doing this and that. I now look at it as, you know, I just shake it off. I don't really address it. You know, once you get to a certain level of change, you don't have time to, you know, address that certain stuff. You just gotta let it be what it is. Like, people gonna talk regardless, especially with social media and all type of stuff. They have made a whole site, a whole thread about me and what I did and what I used to do and all of that, man. It was just it and when I stopped giving it energy or even looking at it, it nipped itself in the bud. The people that were talking about me and her ended up teaming up, talking about, oh, they look so good together. You know what I mean? It ended up being a nice blog. You know what I'm saying? Like, we support them type of blog. Oh, I guess it's real. You know what I mean? So I don't, just like people probably talk about me like, oh, he used to be out here talking to such and such, and he used to be doing this with his last, the women he was with before, or he used to smoke, he used to drink and all of that. When you get to a certain level of change, it's you don't have time. You don't even have time to think about it.
Absolutely, man. You
don't have time to think about that certain stuff. Like, I don't even think about it. I don't even look at it. I don't pay it no mind. Like, I'm a whole new person, and either you're gonna accept it or you're not. You know what I mean? And a lot of people can't handle change. A lot of people is not going to like it because they want to change and they can't. So you just gotta, once you get to that point, you gotta embrace it all and just handle it accordingly. As I said, you're not gonna have time. you're not gonna even have the urge or want to respond to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got family for. You know what I mean? Y'all handle that and let me know how it go. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm over here. I ain't even worried about it. You know, I ain't even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
So, man, that's an awesome mentality. You do have family, and you know, they will handle it for you. You got to be careful when you put that out there.
Yeah, yeah. It's they'll be calling me like, Jordan, who you? Who talking about you? I'm like, man, you gotta chill.
But man, listen, I think that I think you've handled it with great class, man. Yeah, and really embraced it. You know, I see how much the you know, the people that follow Kierra and like Kierra, they now follow you, they like you.
Yeah.
But if you remember when you finally got up the nerve to talk to her, we talked, and I was like, listen, man, I want you to understand that the girl you dating has a Grammy.
Right.
You know, I want that to sink in, brother.
Right.
I want you she got a business, she got a degree, she got a house, she got a Grammy.
Right. This a grown woman.
Absolutely, a grown woman. So I'm like, I need you to understand that you're gonna have to approach this situation a little bit differently than somebody you done met wherever. You know what I'm saying? This is some different stuff going on here. And it's not, and I'm pointing out her accomplishments, but the fact is, whenever you have a driven woman in your life, you know what I'm saying? Somebody with the head on their shoulders. Yeah. You know, you can't put nothing over on them. They're business oriented. You know, I'm married to somebody like that, so I know you have to approach them differently. You know, and you really have to be on your toes. And for somebody that's kind of been, you know what I'm saying, you've been out there in a different world. You know what I'm saying, with in the street, in the club, and what have you. And now you got this girl, and she's not what people, you know, people may think church girls have a certain reputation. They just, you know, they're one way in church. But Kierra's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything you see is what you get. And so, you know, you coming from a different place, tell us, tell the folks who want to know what you've been through, you know what I'm saying, and who you were before prepared you to kind of, or were you prepared? How did you have to change in order to make this whole thing work? You know, kind of talk to us from your perspective of, you know, how I had to be Kierra's fiance.
Yeah, it was definitely a change. They talking about my the Grammy Award winner. I was talking about her, but
I saw it.
I definitely had to change who I was when we first got together. Just being 100% honest. I sound like Kierra, just being transparent. There was a moment. It was about 2 weeks in our, I guess, talking. I would say in our relationship that I was still smoking and drinking. I was still, you know, hanging out a little bit. And she would again speak that positive, you know, reinforcement. Like, because when I first met her, I said, I do this, but I don't want to continue to do this. You know, I want to change. You know what I mean? And she like, I respect that. I'm gonna speak positive into it. I'm gonna speak against that. You know what I mean? I know you can do it. You told me you wanted to do it, so I'm gonna hold you up to it. You know what I'm saying? Just holding me up to that standard. And and it's probably like twice I've been around her while I've been under the influence, and she knew off rip, and she was like, you ain't been drinking, you don't drink no more, right? I'm like, no, I don't drink. No, I'm straight. Drunk out of my mind. Like, I hope she don't smell me stinking and everything. But
ain't got no sense.
Stinking and everything. But hearing that positive reinforcement was like, I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, I got somebody that believe in me. I got somebody that don't do it, and she love her life. She having fun. You know what I'm saying? Outside of who she is, she's such a humble person. She's such a hard worker, driven person. Like, I love her for who she is. She's like an amazing person outside of singing, man. There's so many things that she is outside of being a singer. You know what I mean? She is like her heart is like pure. It's like gold. You know what I mean? So, and I love her. And it's her just seeing her live life, her have fun with her friends, her doing her thing, and not drinking, not smoking, not doing that. You know, we go out to eat. She having her water, having her drink. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm gonna have a lemonade this time. You know what I mean? And she would still be there. But like I said again on my video, it's a process. Everything is a process. You have to. I didn't change immediately, but I knew I was in the process of change. And when you're going through that, you got to be focused on your lane. But those positive reinforcements here and there, whether you have somebody that's doing it or not, you got to reinforce with yourself. Like, you know, I looked at it like, if she can do it and we grown, then I know I can do it. You know what I mean? I can go out to eat and not get nothing to drink, or I can hang out and not, you know what I'm saying, smoke or be a part of that and still have fun. You know what I'm saying? And still please God. You know what I mean? So it was a change that has happened and is still happening. You know what I mean? But it was something that I started that process, and she supported the whole process. She supported it. She was just, it was positive reinforcement. You doing good, babe. You doing good. You ain't drinking in a while. She used to tease me, like, we go out, the waiter asks us, do we want something to drink? She'd be like, I say lemonade. She'd be like, that's all you want? You sure that's all you want? I was like, I'm good, man. I don't want nothing to drink, man. Chill out. I don't do that. I stopped.
Don't do that no more.
I mean, I don't drink no more. You know what I mean? I had to keep saying it, keep speaking it. So that's the most important thing that's been a part of my process. Like, I had to keep speaking change, keep letting it come out of my mouth. I had to, like you said, see farther than today. I'm better than I was yesterday. You know what I mean? And I'm going to strive to keep being that. So it was having those positive reinforcements, speaking it on myself, going through that change. I definitely had to change because of who she is. You know, I got to change where I'm going, where I'm at, who I'm with. You know that, but that's something I accepted being with her. Everybody may not have to do that because everybody may not be dating a gospel singer. You know what I mean? But it's just respecting who your significant other is, or respecting just who you around, and them respecting you. But you got to lay that standard. Like, I'm going through this change. I'm going through this process. I don't do that no more. I'm laying down the foundation, and whoever respect it, gonna respect it. Who don't, then they'll fall at the wayside, and that's just what it is.
Absolutely.